Hello guys and welcome to another video. So the day is finally here. I am doing another reading vlog and that is for the one, the only, latest Rick Riordan release, Daughter of the Deep. That's right, I just got it in the mail, so let's unbox it, shall we? I clearly already opened it, but I thought it would be fun to take it out of the box on camera. Look at it! Oh my god, I think this is might this be the UK edition? I don't know, but this was the only one they were selling because of the shortage in the US, so I bought this one, and look at it! It's so pretty. It's kind of like holographic. It has this huge kraken, and then kraken, I don't know. I'm guessing the main character and their sibling, and then this is her. Look at her. It's so cute. I love that she's on the spine, and then we have just like a cute dolphin and the synopsis, which I will not read. I already know what it's about, but I don't want to be spoiled for like any minor details. So this is the book that I'm reading, and I'm guessing you already know what it is. It's Daughter of the Deep by Rick Riordan. This was technically released around like the 6th. I feel like that's when they were doing the tours, but then there was a shortage in the US, so nobody in the US could get their books until like the 26th, and today's the 24th, so I'm kind of ahead of the curve of the US right now, but obviously it's going to take a while to read this. Let me see without spoiling myself. Okay, 335, so that's not a lot of pages. I could finish this in 3 days or less, depending on how much I like it, but of course there is life to account for, so I'll probably take a bit longer than that. If any of you came here thinking, oh my god, a reading vlog, is it gonna be the Sea of Monsters? No, it really isn't, and I am sorry to disappoint, but that is not coming out anytime soonish. Haven't filmed it because I haven't started reading it. I've been reading other books and I haven't had that much time for personal reading because, you know, school stuff, so it's coming eventually, but I promise you guys, it's coming. Hopefully I'll do it before the end of the year. I'm planning on reading this and then reading Sea of Monsters. So let's see if we can do that. But for now, let's get into this video, shall we? Okay, so before we get to the spoilery reading vlog, I am Unclaimed Demigod from the future, here to give you a non-spoilery review of this here book. So Daughter of the Deep is a book that follows our protagonist, Anna Dekar, after, let's just call it, a not very good experience with a field trip. She then has to take command of her own future, learn more about her destiny, and about Captain Nemo, and the fact that Jules Verne's novels might be a little bit more truthful than they originally thought. I feel like that's all I can say. I don't want to say anything more. It's a book that has very road trip vibes, but on like, obviously, in the water. It's not exactly like a quest like the Percy Jackson books, but it's very plot oriented. The characters are important as well, but the plot moves forward fairly quickly. The characters are enjoyable. There's a lot of different personalities in the mix, so it doesn't feel like they're like stale copies of one another. So I found that really good. Like each character stands out for their own unique personalities, and it has a lot of diversity. I'm very happy with the way women were represented in this book. So at the end of the day, the choice to have 2 sensitivity readers was a very good one. As to my non-spoilery thoughts on this book, I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars because I really enjoyed it, read it in 3 days. Yeah, I think anyone who loves Rick Riordan books is going to enjoy this one. Just don't have your expectations too high, because going into things with your expectations super low is always the most gratifying thing ever when like they surpass all of your expectations. So that's what I would suggest. But other than that, let's get into the reading vlog. Good morning and welcome to day 1 of the reading vlog. But it's a different day, I hear you say, and you would be correct, but I actually got exactly 0 reading done yesterday because I went out with my friends and I came home late and I was super tired, so I didn't read a single page of this lovely book. So today I'm calling it day 1, and yeah, let's go. Okay, so this got confusing real fast.
I was so confused reading this because I was like, why is Rick Riordan talking about himself in third person? This person right here, they should really have signed their name like at the top so we knew it wasn't Rick Riordan talking to us, because I was so confused. It's Roshemi Klo. I can't tell because it's like a signature. But yeah, I'm guessing that's the sensitivity reader. It doesn't say, I don't think, because I skimmed over it. Now that I have understood my previous confusion, let us finally start the book, shall we? Also, I'm a bit sick, so excuse my voice. You've been warned.
So, it is currently 9 p.m. and I have read exactly what? 12 pages. That's right, I have not read a single page since this morning. It's been a busy day, but now I have some time before I go and finish off the last episode of Hospital Playlist Season 2, which has been beautiful, perfect, incredible so far. But anyhow, let's focus on what the hell is my hair doing. Let's focus on this and let's get some reading done, shall we? My goal is to get to at least page 50 for today. And after this, I won't have my show to watch anymore, so I'm going to focus all of my energy starting tomorrow on this book. As of now, page 50 is our goal, so let's get on with it.
Okay, so I was wondering what the hell was a freshman doing with a dog in her dorm, but now it makes sense. He's a service dog for her anxiety. Okay, good to know.
So I knew this book was gonna start with like a field trip going badly, as all Rick Riordan books do, but I thought we might be spending more time in like HP Academy, so like the school, but it literally just crumbled and disappeared after an earthquake. And we suspect that the main character's brother is dead, which he obviously isn't. That sucks for the school. What a way to go. Chapter 3, and I am intrigued. So let's keep going. By the way, I want to try this TikTok trick that I found to open the pages like slowly one by one so you don't break the spine. So let's go try that out. Hack time! Okay, I did it. I'm afraid to look. I don't know if it worked. Okay. Okay, so it kind of has just like one, but it worked pretty nicely. It's pretty subtle, so now I can open it fairly easily. I don't know if it 100% worked, but it's not the worst. Okay. Like 2 out of 5 stars maybe. Maybe I didn't do it correctly, but
By the way, she is so pretty, but there's no way this girl is a freshman in high school. There's no way. Am I sensing a haters to lovers relationship here between Anna and Gem or Gemini? I am kind of dinging it so far. We shall see. Okay, so I'm on page 33, so obviously not a lot to report yet, but I just wanted to say, from the premise of this book, I didn't have high hopes, and obviously I'm still on page 33, so that's barely anything at all, but the setup so far is very intriguing, because we have like the main characters we're going to be working with, 3 best friends, and a boy who was an antagonist until then, but they're all going to have to work together to figure out this mystery, and whoever betrayed them is on the bus with them, which adds, that extra layer of tension and mystery. So, like, it's a good setup. I'm intrigued. I really am intrigued and excited, and I wasn't before, so. Fun fact, apparently every class in, like, the Dolphin House chooses a language to speak in code each year, and who would have guessed that Anna's class chose Irish? The mythology that Rick has been studying for the past year, and he actually took a university course on. I don't know what about a Rick Riordan book mentioning a tampon is so funny to me, but it just is.
Hello guys, and welcome to day 2 of this reading vlog. So yesterday I did make it to exactly page 50 before I went and finished my show. Now that that's over, I can finally focus on this. So it's been pretty interesting. Nothing happened like right in between the updates that I gave you. So now that we're on page 50, I have like 15 minutes to read before I have to head to class. So let's keep reading. Okay, so I just got to chapter 12 and I have to leave in a sec, but before I leave, I just wanted to comment some things. So it feels like Rick Riordan is trying to include a lot of representation and diversity in this book, specifically for women of color, which is why I'm guessing he has a woman of color being his sensitivity reader. For now, we've had like a lot of women, which is really nice because we don't get to see that much in his books. They're like more male character centered. So we have a lot of those. We have a lot of different races. We have a hijabi character, and we have, what else do we have? Oh, one of the protagonist's best friend is autistic, which is something that Rick hasn't delved into yet. So I'm interested in seeing if it's gonna be good representation. I really can't say if it's good or bad. I mean, if it's really bad, obviously I'll be able to tell. But since I'm not autistic and I don't have any experience with autistic people, I can't really say. But I'd be really interested in like an autistic person's point of view of this book. For now, it seems like it's good. But I don't know. It just seems like he's trying to take on a lot of different representation. It just seems like he's trying to have a lot of representation and diversity in this book, which isn't bad. I'm really enjoying it, but like, is he up to the task is what I want to know. I guess we'll see. Now that we have people of color, women, and a neurodivergent person in our cast, we just need someone who's LGBTQ+. So it is the afternoon. I am done with classes and I am currently on page 68. I'm also currently very sick. I have a cold and my mom gave me some medicine, and I didn't know this, but it's medicine that makes you like drowsy and sleepy. And right now it feels like I'm on drugs. It feels like my mind and my body are in different planes of reality. It feels like I haven't slept in 48 hours, which is going to make this part of the reading vlog fun. So let's read a bit more, shall we? If I can manage to concentrate, because my mind is floating out of my body right now. Okay, so I just made it to page 100. What are my thoughts so far? So we had that like big fight scene where Anna was being kidnapped by the bad guys, and it was cool. I really liked how it was written. And then now we're just getting like expo dumps by the teacher about what's going on. Obviously it's needed in this kind of story where it's like a mystery. It goes a little bit slower than if it wasn't such a mystery. But we're still getting, info dumps in order to understand the world and the mythology of Jules Burns and Captain Nemo. So that's fun. It's been done in like an entertaining way, so I'm not minding the expo dumps. And besides that, we're getting to know the characters just a bit more, and I am starting to think that Dev is not the one on the cover, because I was like, so this is Anna, and that's her brother Dev. But I think that's not true, because I'm pretty sure by now that Dev is definitely dead. Which is sad, because I was like, no, he's not dead. Something must have happened. I'm still open to the probability that that's going to be a plot twist at the end. I'm hoping for it, because I don't want Anna to be alone and not have any more living family members. But I'm starting to think that this is Jem, the love interest. Or maybe not interest, but like potential friend, maybe? At least I'm hoping for it. I'm hoping love interest because I like him, and I don't get why they hate him that much. Why her friend, her Brazilian friend, also hates him? Like, I find it funny the way he is and the way he reacts to things. So I don't get it, but we might get the flashback to when they first had like the disagreement that made Anna hate him that much. So I'm looking forward to that explanation as to why. I've reached page 102, and I'm gonna leave it there for now because my brain is still floating around somewhere. It hasn't made its way back to my body. Breaking news. I am surprisingly still sick, but my brain has been reattached to my body. So let's keep reading a little bit more. I don't know how long is this book. I feel like we've already been through this at the beginning of this video. But guys, I'm sick, okay? My mind is going at like a mile an hour. 335 divided by 2, so that's like 170, 168 or something like that. 167 to be specific. Can I read 60 pages right now? It is 9:30 p.m. 60 pages takes me about an hour. But this is like, the letters are huge, my people, which is what a person like me, who is both sick and a bit blind, needs. So this vlog is just going this vlog is just going to be me rambling about being sick, and I'm sorry, you're just gonna have to accept that. The sooner you accept it, the easier it'll be for you. So let's see if anything happens. Let's just go. Skip to the next section. Okay. So it turns out I was right. Nobody is surprised. What's her name? Nelinha, I'm guessing it's how it's pronounced. The Brazilian girl, the best friend, was mad at Jem. And we get to see why in page 104. And let me just say, it's a bit underwhelming because it's just a misunderstanding. It's just Jem asking like, oh, you're the scholarship kid. Like, there's no malice behind it. He's just like genuinely curious about her being the person who has a scholarship that year. And then she stays mad at him for a whole 2 years, and that makes our main character Anna also mad at him for 2 years. When he was just asking a question, not knowing the repercussions it might have on her. Obviously, Nelinha has the right to her own feelings and to have felt hurt by it, but I'm like, a 2-year-old grudge or a question when Anna specifically mentions in her narration there was no malice behind it. Can't someone just make a mistake and have you not hate them for the next 2 years of their lives? Like, I don't know, it feels a bit underwhelming. I felt like all this tension between the three of them was going to be rooted in something a bit more interesting or a bit more, but it's not. So that's a bit disappointing, but let's keep reading. Her pink blouse accentuates her strawberries and milk complexion. I love that because usually it's people of color being described, well, having their skin tones described as like food, like chocolate or coffee and stuff like that. But now it's being turned on their head and it's white people and it's strawberries and milk and strawberries. I already forgot. Strawberries and milk complexion. That's my complexion. I'm strawberries and milk. Good to know. I think that is the perfect way to describe my skin tone, honestly. A period mention. Now there's something I never would have thought I was going to read from a Rick Riordan book, but I'm impressed. So I wanted to make it past the 160 checkpoint, but I couldn't. I made it to chapter 26, which is page 146. I can't read anymore because my brain has turned to mush at this point. It's full of mucus. I'm sorry if that's disgusting, but it's the truth. So they just got to the island and they're gonna have some lasagna. I'm guessing this might be another point to get some more info dumping in, some character development and some nice character dynamics, and then for them to get prepared for their next challenge. We shall see tomorrow. Good night. Okay, so today is day 3 of the reading vlog, and we just made it past the half point, so we are already on page 168. Halfway there. We are doing great, guys, and yes, if you want an update on my health, I am still sick, so my mind is still floating a bit outside my body, but it's fine, it's fine. I am just now realizing that being halfway done with the book already and knowing this is a standalone, we might not be getting a romance in here. I just don't think that's a possibility. I feel like if they were going to have something between Anna and Jem, it would have started already, and it hasn't. It's been pretty much Anna-centric this whole time, just in her own character. We don't really know that much about any of the other characters, really. We might be getting, like, if anything, maybe just like a nod that they might get together in the future, but we'll never see it because, again, this is a standalone. So I feel like if we're getting anything, that's all we're getting. And that's fine. I'm the one who's always being like, Rick, you shouldn't, like, partner up every single one of your young characters. Like, you're a teenager, you don't have to have already met the love of your life, and girls and guys can be friends. So I don't know, I'm fine with them being friends, honestly, but I just wanted a love story as well. Okay, so I just took the medicine for my cold, which means that I have to quickly finish this book or read as much as I can before it starts taking effect and I can no longer think straight. So let's go. Okay, so we just made it to page 206, and I'm gonna leave it there for a while. But for now, what's been going on? So we're at the base, we went into the submarine. It's a crazy AI. That's great. I have a lot of experience reading about crazy artificial intelligence, so that's a lot of fun. What else? We had a very nice bonding moment between Gemini and Anna. And that's pretty much everything that's happened. Oh, well, what I wanted to say, I love Jupiter. I think Jupiter is a good guy, but I think his owners, his friends, the people that were there before, I think that Luca and Ophelia are evil. Okay, don't get me wrong, we have nothing to support this claim. Absolutely no foreshadowing of them being evil. But I don't know, I can't trust adults. That's what I've learned from Rick Riordan books. Never trust any adult person ever, especially if they're like seemingly helping you at first. They've offered them food, they've offered them shelter, and they've offered them answers. But you know what they could also be doing? They could be using them to get the technology, because they need Anna Dakar. They need her. They need Captain Nemo's descendant, her DNA, to open all the stuff. So they could very easily be using her in order to gain access to everything else, and then like call the Land Institute and be like, hey, we got this, and then they kill everyone. So that is my hypothesis for now. Let's see if I'm right. Hopefully not. Okay, so I suspected that Dev was alive because why would they kill off someone that I thought was going to be a main character in like the first 15 pages? But now it turns out he's with the enemy. So I was right about mistrusting someone and thinking Dev was alive, but I should have put those two things together because we should have mistrusted Dev. Almost called him Dave. I'm going to keep reading because things just got good. Oh my god. If Dev is evil, I am so mad at him.
Okay, Dev, but that scene is going to be so cool when they finally make the movie, because they did announce a live action adaptation of this on Disney Plus. So when that gets made, with that reveal, I am so excited now for the movie. Before I was like, why are they making this a thing? No one cares. But now I care. So that scene is going to be incredible. Okay, so right when I was starting to suspect that having the Kraken and having this scene right here happen was maybe going to be too much for the plot, because we already have so much going on. The Kraken, I don't know, I don't really care. It appears. So, whenever Disney Plus does decide to make this, I hope they have a good budget for it. Now I see that one of the octopus's arms doesn't have suckers all the way to the tip. Instead, it's tapered with flat, dark, circular designs, the creature's reproductive arm. He's not attacking, he is being affectionate. Now, I never thought I'd read about how octopuses reproduce, how their male anatomy works, or where it's located. Honestly, didn't really want to know, could have lived a whole good life without knowing. But I guess, thank you, Rick, for ruining my appetite. I will never be able to look at an octopus again the same way. And now I can't believe a keytar is going to be a plot point, but it is. 2021, what a year to be alive and reading Rick's books. Okay, so I'm liking Anna and Jem's character development and their new character dynamic, but literally every time Jen does something that isn't mean and that it's nice, and she's like, well, not so long ago I would have thought he was being a prick. Like, we know that every time he does something nice, you're like, he wasn't like that before, I would have assumed he was being mean. Like, we know. You can stop saying it now. We know. We understand. You hated him before, we get it, okay? Please stop saying that. We know you were enemies, okay? Like, even if you didn't show us, even if you just told us, we know. We know. Socrates has entered the chat. Rick has truly been catching up with teenager lingo.
Okay guys, so it is almost 8 p.m. and I just finished this book and my eyes are about to fall out of my face because I've been reading for like 3 hours straight. So let's talk final thoughts, shall we? So I feel like I haven't updated you about the story as a whole for a while. So we escaped the attack. She cracked her head open. It was fine. They went to this place and the thing that happens on the cover finally happened. We met a huge octopus that they never described as a kraken, we don't know. And I thought that was a bit too much Deus Ex Machina for me. He literally saved the day and it was all thanks to this huge octopus they found that was trying to mate with their submarine, which I feel like it's funny. It makes for like a great visual in a movie and it's perfect for like a middle grade thing, but I'm like, maybe too easy because they've been building up the enemy for so long that the fact that they win because they have a huge octopus they just like find in the last 100 pages of the book feels maybe a bit too easy, but I still liked it and it was very enjoyable. I had absolutely zero expectations for this book. My expectations were actually that I was not going to enjoy it. I was like, maybe Rick's writing is not for me anymore because it's more middle grade, and since it's not even in Percy Jackson world, then I might not even have like attachments to the characters, so I won't like this book, but I did. I really enjoyed this book. I read it, I feel like in 3 days, even though I read half of it today, but it was really enjoyable, a lot of fun. I liked the characters even though it wasn't that character driven, which leads me to talking about the sensitivity readers. So I just looked it up, and apparently there were 2 sensitivity readers. The first reader as a whole of this book was the author for Arusha, who is an Indian woman, which I feel like is super fitting for this, so I'm happy that happened. And then the 2 sensitivity readers, I don't remember the names off, but the first one looks like an Indian woman, so she's at least a woman of color. And then the second one, I looked it up, and it seems that she is an autistic woman. So I'm guessing that the portrayal of autism is fairly good in this, but at least it was proofread by an autistic woman herself. So I'm very happy that Rick decided to take that leap with something as important as autism being represented in a middle grade book, and obviously also people of color. So I'm really happy he did that. I'm 10 out of 10 on that decision, Rick. So that being said, what do I give this book? I don't know. I feel like a good 4 out of 5 stars because I did enjoy it. It was slow at times. Like, we went really fast and then we stopped for a while we changed setting, and then we went super fast again and we stopped for a while for a bit of expo dump. But I feel like for someone who came into this thinking this was going to be like a 2-star out of 5-star read, a 4-star rating is very good, so you should be proud of yourself. Also, I love this shiny cover. I cracked the spine at the end. She looks a bit wrinkly, but she's still beautiful. So yeah, I feel like 4 out of 5 stars is very decent, so you should be happy. And oh my god, guys, I am so excited now for the movie that is supposedly going to be happening around this book. So that is it for this video. Please leave a like if you liked it. Comment down below if you've read it or if you haven't. And if you've read it, what has been your favorite character and your favorite moment in the book. And tell me how excited you are for this to be made into live action adaptation for Disney+. Subscribe if you haven't already and click that bell button so you get notifications every time I post a new video. I post videos just like this quite frequently on this channel, and I guess I'll see you guys next time. Bye!